Now I kind of
Obviously.
missed
Okay,
it.
yeah, we're live. You can start. I will put the timer.
Thanks, Zep. Yeah, well, I want to praise Septimus for always recording so many calls and managing the timer and managing all the infrastructure that he does. It's really critical, so we couldn't do it without him. I want to give major props to and praise to Chewy for the awesome work that he's been doing onboarding creatives like there's no tomorrow. Always so many new people coming in, and it's so great to see the amazing networker. Chewy, you're such an amazing networker. I also want to give major praise to Sam and Paulo for conquering so many issues this week and working so closely with Brett to really ensure the safety of our smart contracts. I also want to give huge praise to Pedro and Fabio for making an emergency fix to the dashboard today to get it running for Lauren's plan parties. And of course, I have to give major praise to Lauren, Mitch, Zep, Chewy, and Wonka for the and Nuggin for the awesome pram party hosts that they're doing. And I'll pass it to Acid Laser.
Thanks, Griff. So I want to praise Edu and Bye Beef and everyone who is involved in the new Discord experience. Chewy for all the work he's doing with the Camps DAO and all the creative onboardings. Zero for always be there and having Twitter on flick. Griff for the Gitcoin Parent Party and the Economic Design Podcast. Septi, Lauren, Nugan, Juanca, Mitch, Chewy, and Griff for all the work at the Param debates and parties. And I'll pass it to Septi.
Thanks, Accelerator. I want to give praise to Tam for so much helping recordings and going through the full process on the YouTube channel. I also want to give praise to Juan and YGG for getting so many calls recorded. I want to give praise to Tam again for being the steward of the stewards and reacting fast when we need with good calls, like reacting tabs and fast and having good solutions. I want to give praise to Juan, Durgadas, Libby, Lowy, Mon Manu, Nate, and Anna Marie for the extraordinary Graviton training. I want to give praise to Libby, Mitch, Nagen, MS, Christopher, Bye for pushing on the reward system, Zero Acid Laser, and Chui for always being ready to tweet, and the draft process is really organized. I want to give praise to Ivy for being so reliable and always being on top of everything. I want to give praise to Griff and Lauren for even being on holiday showing on many meetings. And I'll pass it to Juan.
Thanks, Septi. I would like to praise Mateo and Mitch for the logistics of the event that we are going to have today here in Barranquilla. I would like to praise Septimus for the TEC Casino proposal. It was one of the proposals that I didn't liked, but now I like it, so it means the value that it has. Ivy for coming back. Libby for the reward system studies and leadership. Tam for her leadership in the Stewards. Durgadas for always having a word of wisdom. Aloysius, Stefano, Ryder, and Bye Veep for helping to deliver the gravity pop-ups. Griff for being an awesome leader. Acid Laser for his awesome designs. Louis for his leadership in comms. And Zero for the Twitter management and also for reviewing the gravity grant in Gitcoin. I will pass to Tam.
Okay, cool. I want to praise Griff for kind of, sort of, maybe taking a vacation and always being such an inspiration and one of the best motivators I've ever met. I want to praise Nate for always bringing contrary opinions, or sometimes bringing contrary opinions and having such strong conviction. Meta Verde for hopping on our last retrospective and suggesting Twitter feed on Discord, and we did it. Griff, Livia, Nate, Mitch, Zep, Lauren, Chewy, myself, and Awanka for the extraordinary collaboration and teamwork and debate in the retrospective that just happened, having so much diversity of opinion and backgrounds and experiences. All the stewards I'd like to praise, and special praise for YGG and Sebnem, who both provide tremendous value through their initiatives and labs and Omega working groups, which are home-based in the TEC. And I'd like to praise Vi, MS, Gideon, LBS, Edu, myself, Nick, and Jean for the thought work and execution on the onboarding experience day zero. And I'll pass to Lauren.
Thanks, Tam. Cool, great. Well, I'll start out by praising Tam for leading and facilitating such great sprint retro calls. I want to praise also Pythagorean for setting up the Param party with ADAO. It was so much fun. I want to praise also Zepti for coming to so many Param debates and showing so many proposals, and then always coming to debates when there's like nobody around and just like being super supportive. I want to praise Mitch, Wonka, Chewy, Nug, and Griff, and Zepti for hosting Param parties, and I want to praise everyone in this last call for the collaboration effort around like extending the dates. Livia, Wonka, Chewy, Griff, Mitch, Nate, Tam, and Zepti. I also want to praise Gabby and Fabi for pushing forward on Gardens, adding the delegation thing and fixing bugs. It's like all happening on the side, but really helping us a lot. I want to praise Mateo, Wonka, and Mitch for repping the TEC in Barranquilla, and I want to praise Pedro for last minute fixes on the dashboard, and Chewy for leading comms and responding to so many questions. He's great. And I'll pass it to Livia. Did you go?
No, thank you. I want to praise Peter for the fun facilitation he's been doing in the research group. Praise Octopus for always looking into ways to improve education and for thinking how everyone will receive information. YGG for the quality of the data he brings and for being so supportive. Angela for preparing an unshakable structure for the TE Academy and for being an inspiration to token engineers. Zaptimus for pushing everything forward so quick and for never dropping the quality of his work. Juanca for being so grounding when conflicts arise, and praise Christopher for his exceptional organization skills and the reward systems. And I'll pass to Jonas.
Thank you, Livia. I want to praise Ace Laser for helping me to understand some things these days. And I want to praise Chuy Garcia for hosting the comms call and setting up the animation and video production team. I'm super excited about it. I'll pass it to Sporting Young Lad.
Hi. I'm not exactly sure how this works. I'm just here. It's my first time, so I'm just trying to understand how all this works and get as much information as I can in order to, see how I can find a place within this community. But I'm really interested and looking forward to meeting and hearing from all of you.
Nice. Thanks, William. Yeah, and this is just the praise round. So if there's anybody that you saw that you think, like whoever invited you to come here or however you found your way here,
yeah,
you can
it was
praise
truly,
them and then
and
then pass it when you're done.
Yeah, I'm here thanks to Chuy. He talked about this from a long time, but like I said, this is the first time joining, and yeah, I don't know how to proceed from here.
Nice. Well, I think Chewy still needs to go too, right?
Yeah, I want to praise Kid because he turns 9 years old today. He's the coolest Dosh ever since before Dogecoin. So praise Kid. You can leave now. It's fine. Juanca, Durgaras, Livy, Mount Manu, Loi, Nate, and Anna Marie for putting together such a moving Graviton training. It was a privilege. Tam for her tireless efforts to steward the Stewards. Bye V because our Discord looks like the coolest kid on the block now. Ivy for being back from vacation. Acid Laser, Alan TV, and John Jonas for the animation team. Lalo Crypto, Edgar Web3, and Anna and Zero for the translation team. Mount Manu, Nate, and Durgaras for the HubSpot team. Zero, Acid Laser, Lauren for Twitter planning team. Angie Very Cisoyana Tech, and Casale for TE Academy team. And Angela for our great one-on-one call. Wow, I made it in time. I'll pass it to David.
Hey folks, glad to be here. Just sorry to come in late. I'm in a bit of a blustered mindset here, but I want to praise everybody at the TEC for just being amazing. Praise Tam and Griff for being some of the most dedicated and generous leaders around. Like, what other organization can you just DM the head and get a response, probably that day, and a caring response? I want to praise Ivy for her new position. I think you'll be great in legal, Ivy. I want to praise Livia for the soft gov and the culture work. My buddy and I were talking about that this morning, and it's actually what makes EDC one of our favorite DAOs. Not all DAOs take care of the people like the tech. So with that, I'll bounce it on to Acid Laser.
Not a bad guess, but he already went. Let's throw it to Nate.
Sorry, there we go. I want to praise Tam for just organizing everybody and being a constant leader in everything that she does. It's inspiring. I want to praise Chewy and Acid Laser for the work that they do with, and David as well for the work that they do with communications and outreach. I want to praise Edu for all the work he's been doing behind the scenes for onboarding and helping me with a bunch of different initiatives. I want to praise Zepti for the transparency working group. You guys are making huge strides. I want to praise Livy, countless things that you do for the SoftGov, and I can't tell you how helpful the reflection on Ostrom's principles was the other day for me and everybody else. So thank you for that. I want to go ahead and pass it to Zero.
Hello, everybody. Great to be here. I want to praise AC Laser. I really love his designs. A big fan. I want to praise Chewy, Tamara, Griff, Lauren, and Liviade for being great leaders. I want to praise Zeptimus for his work in transparency. I want to praise Juanca and Mount Manu for the gravity for the graviton training and their work in Gravity DAO. And I'll pass it to Tam.
I already went, and I don't know who hasn't, so I'll pass it back to Griff.
Yeah, let's go to Cassell.eth.
Hey, yo, you caught me off guard, but I want to praise Chewy for being so supportive always and for bringing up cool ideas to implement like token engineering with art. And also I want to thank Tam. I want to praise Tam for trying to connect me with Vivi for the Discord management. Yeah. I don't know who's left, but yeah.
Oh, it's getting tough now. There's only a few. Let's go to Lalo Crypto. Are you?
Great. Hey guys. Yeah, I want to praise Griff because of yesterday's Param party. It was my first one, and he explained it pretty well. So thank you very much. And also Chewy, because he have been like pretty a mentor by joining in this DAO. The commons, and he is explaining me everything. He's been a good guidance. So praise Chewy. I don't know who's left. So
No worries. I think there's only one. It's the monkey, Mono. Mono, are you? Yeah. Do you know the praise name?
Hello. Yeah, I'm just new here. Just Lalo told me about the community call, and I already met Chewy the other day in a meetup. So I'm just glad to be here to share with you. So I'm thankful for that. So just listening and seeing around. So thank you for that.
Thank you, man. Thank you for coming. And thank you all for coming. I believe I caught everyone. I hope I didn't miss anyone. But I think we can get this party started. So welcome to Community Call 58. And it's always fun to start with praise. Just so you know, you can always praise anytime you want. It's not just on Thursdays. It's really fun. You just put exclamation point praise into any Discord channel, really. But you know, in general, we keep it in the praise channel. But it's fun. If you see anyone doing anything great, give them some praise. They deserve it. Acknowledge their work, and then later on, our reward system will continue to acknowledge their work. And also, just a FYI, we do still have $1.5 million sitting in a DAO, waiting to be parameterized on where to go. And good news, extension. I don't know if you guys ever got an extension on a paper in college or in high school or something, but man, it feels good, doesn't it? We have a lot of people have wanted more time to design parameters, so we are going to extend the param parties and debates for a few more weeks so that we can get some really good parameter sets and people can have some more fun playing with this dashboard. We're still working on the exact dates because we actually just really looked at this today in the Stewards call. So we're going to probably end parameterization, the collaborative economics process of like generating new proposals in mid-December. So we have more time. If you're still like, oh, when am I going to find the time to make these parameters? Oh, guess what? You got the time now. So that's great news. And a few other announcements or just like quick words. We have a community call survey. It's in linked here. And if you think that this community call can improve in any way, tell us, please. Also, if you see any kind of weird challenge in the relational fabric of our DAO, we have active gravitons. They're in the Discord. You can DM them at any time. I'm one. If you see some kind of awkwardness between people, we have this gravity group behind the scenes making sure that we have such a lovey-dovey community. So you can always DM one of us, or if you don't want to DM somebody, you can also fill out a type form, which is linked in the middle here. So that way we can make sure that if there's any challenges within our community that we work to resolve them as quickly as possible. And also to keep this lovey-dovey community going strong and keep it flat, as people start to work in our community and in our commons more and more, and they get more power and they have to make more decisions, the best way for us to keep everybody in the know is to use advice process. So anytime you're going to make a decision that's going to affect a lot of other people, before that decision is made, we need to actually talk to the people who will be affected by the decision and talk to the experts on the topic. And this is generally how things have to go. So if to keep our community flat, so we don't have to have the chain of hierarchies. So advice process is critical. And of course, hey, what are we even doing here? What is the TEC? Well, our mission is to become a shelling point for the token engineering community. Our economic layer will fund projects that discover, develop, and proliferate the best practices for engineering safe tokenized economies while aligning our collective success with the individual benefit of token holders. Our social layer is even more important, as it will unite the token engineering field around ethical principles, standards, tools, and methodologies that emerge as this nascent field advances. This is our mission. This is what we're here to do. And holding it all down, making sure things actually happen is the steward of stewards, Tam. So if you want to take it away and tell us what's going on in the stewards working group.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. So we could go to the next slide. And let me open it on my side too. Yeah, so as Griff mentioned, breaking news. As of like an hour ago, we are going to listen to the voices of many people who've asked for more time to get to know the dashboard better and to get to make more proposals. So we don't have dates yet, but we should have them in the next couple of days. This sprint board link here takes you to the ZenHub sprint board, and I'm going to just share my screen right now and take you all there with me. The sprint backlog is currently empty, and this is the sprint backlog that we will be using to pull from the product backlog and new issues that we want or pieces of work that we want to take into the next 2 weeks. We have a 2-week sprint cadence, and we put all of the issues that we'll be working on in the sprint backlog here. The Stewards working group meets every Wednesday for a weekly, every other Thursday for a retrospective, every other Friday for a planning, so tomorrow, and every other Thursday for our Stewards Council, which is really a discussion hour We usually take on one subject and then discuss it and try to come to some conclusions and observations and even actions for that one subject that we're taking on. And on the next slide, we are ending Sprint 22. So at the end of Sprint 22, we have the retrospective. We do the retrospective because Scrum is founded on empiricism and lean thinking. So, we know what worked and what didn't work. We just lived it. So every 2 weeks, we go back and reflect on that, and we get rid of the things that didn't work, and we take on things that might help us improve in many ways. This sprint, we had a lot of things to celebrate, things that we thought that we did really well and we want to continue to do, or we want to share with other stewards. Many things we thought we could do better, including using the sprint board. And lastly, there's a number of things that we wanted to improve, and we ended up going with a delay of the voting period so that we could extend the voting period so people had more time to vote and to use the dashboard. Also in the Stewards Working Group, so the proposal for funding is live on the forum right now. I really do invite everyone in the community to come to look at it, to ask questions and or to make any comments about it. It was super helpful in our Stewards Weekly on Wednesday. It ended up being a big part of what we discussed. And there was a very lively discussion and different points of view and different ideas and thinking about how stewards could be funded. Should it be all through one working group, or should it be through all of the working groups that they're contributing in, as well as the Stewards Working Group? So I do, it was actually a really interesting, call because there's so much difference of opinions, and the call unfortunately was not recorded. Like there's another hour, it extended for another hour, but we had stopped recording by that point, and the stewards who are attending sort of reached an alignment on this proposal that we want to go forward with. Okay, what else do we have? So Introduction to Token Engineering is a free course that's given by the TE Academy. The next one will be on December 15th. So if you haven't taken it, mark your calendar, sign up. It's really, really a great overview from anyone from any background about token engineering. Okay, so hey, have you been in the TEC a long time, or are you new here? You can help us right now by going through the tweets, finding one that you really like and tweeting it, and helping the TEC get more exposure. And lastly, these are one of our contributors, Mount Manu, spends time every week going through the community slides that you're going to see here, watching this video, putting together this compilation of everything that's happening in every working group. So anyone who's not able to join this community, this call today, is able to have a quick look to see what's going on in our working groups. So I highly recommend reading that. And with that, I'll pass to Juan Carlos and Gravity.
Thanks, Tam. In the Gravity Working Group, we are working to develop conflict competence in the DAO space, and we just ended up our second training. So the list of gravitons from the second training will be announced soon, and we will make a special POAP for all gravitons, including the ones from this cohort and the ones from the first cohort, to solve that issue of that the POAP for each session were not well distributed. So we are going to make one POAP to certify the gravitons. On the other side, today, after this call, we are going to go on chapter number 9 of the Nonviolent Communication book by Marshall Rosenberg. It's after this call, and you can join the DAO Book Club server in this slide. I can also share it again in the text channels. But everyone is invited, and it's a really cool book. Today's chapter is about connecting compassionately with ourselves. And yeah, it's important when we are facing any conflictive situation to also react compassionately with ourselves in order to be able to react compassionately with the other. And that same language, the one we use to speak to ourselves, is the same language that we use to speak with others. So treating ourselves with love and compassion helps to communicate with others. And yeah, we are using ZenHub to coordinate. You can request support to manage a conflictive situation through Gravity, contacting the active gravitons in Discord, or through the Gravity type form. And we just created a Gitcoin grant that will be active from round 12. And yeah, we really appreciate all your support. With that, I will pass to Common Swarm.
Thank you, Wonka, and great work with the Graviton training, man. Really cool. Second round all the way through. I can't believe it. But yeah, so the Common Swarm, we are the ones actually developing the smart contracts and making the Aragon DAOs and doing all the work that needs to be done to actually have a safe deployment. Major props goes out to Brett, former lead developer of Aragon, better known as Sokai. He has been auditing all of our augmented bonding curve deployments and the Hatch deployment, and found lots of great fixes that are still being integrated slowly to make sure that it's all done right. He found a great bug the other day, which actually is still in this newest deployment. So we have one. So basically, we are pretty much done. We're just crossing the T's and dotting the I's on the smart contracts, and have already made some tests of the deployments. And we have, for instance, the TEC convert working right now. This is what the front end of the bonding curve will look like. We still need to add the what do you call it? The tributes, the entry and exit tribute information. It's in there in some deployments, but not the current working deployment. But what's cool is this actually works right now. So you can don't do too much because it's not real money, so you don't want to convert so much. But you can actually buy tokens out of our bonding curve on XDAI. This is a test bonding curve, and so that's super cool. Let's see if it works actually. Then we'll see if it's super cool. But it looks like it should work. Oh yeah, come on, make that buy order. Let's buy some tokens. And
that's amazing.
And then yeah, we're actually working into a bonding curve. So that's super cool. And the next moves are to get the gardens front end also deployed alongside of it, so that we can have both everything up and running. And so that's looking really good. So that's pretty much it from the Common Swarm. A lot of work. Major praise to Sam, Paulo, and Brett for pushing forward. And with that, I'll pass it to Livia and SoftGov.
Thanks, Griff. Well, I'll start shilling this DAO reward system assemblage we'll have on December 10th. So you can make your registration now. It's going to be a full day of talks, discussions, and workshops about DAO reward systems with a lot of really fun people in the space that are thinking about that. This is part of our Governouts and TE Academy research initiative. And hope to see you all there. And also on the reward systems, we have decided to become a working group, but we don't have a working group page yet or a slide in this call because we're still giving some time for people to have feedback on the manifesto. So this is the manifesto with a little bit of our mission of what we're doing now, integrating praise and source cred. How is this dashboard that we're building going to look like? What is the reward board, and what are some of the responsibilities people have in there? And what does success look like? What does failure look like? So if you're curious to deep dive into this, please leave some feedback on the manifesto, and then hopefully next week we already have fully functioning new working group. And we meet on the reward system every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Europe time. And we have a proposal on Snapshot to be voted on. It's the laser tag proposal. So if you voted before, I don't think many people had voted, but we had a little problem and we had to resubmit the vote. Thank you, Zap, for doing that. And this is basically like we already voted yes for the initial buy-in as a signal. And now we are deciding who is going to be on this multi-sig wallet that will just execute what the community decides to do with the funds that will be in there. So the people won't be making decision; they will be just executing the community decision. And there is all the explanation in here. So this is ranked choice voting, and you just need to pick what is your favorite set of multi-sig, and you can pick as many as you want and then submit the vote. And just a reminder that you need to have TCH tokens to vote in this proposal. And then this week in SoftGov, we had a fun exercise to look into Ostrom's principles and TEC. So what are some metrics for success for what we've been working with the Ostrom's principles, and what are some examples of the implementation of TEC? So we had a fun collaborative journey to put some examples in here. So I don't know, just to give something like what would be a metric to define clearly defined boundaries. Would be when it's clear for everyone the rights and responsibilities of the TC token, or having clear definitions of the membership, for example. What is an implementation of monitoring? Having Zen Hub and sprint planning and retrospective. So feel free to jump around this, take a look. And we also did another fun exercise to map contributions. This is an exercise we're doing in the reward research group that I thought it would be fun for the working groups and the TEC to do also. So where do we map contributions, how social or technical they are versus how fast or slow they are? So we have a few on these quadrants, and it's a good mapping of like the just everything we do in the community and how we can have better expectations about different tasks. And yeah, we gathered a lot of feedback for the decision-making visuals, so now it's going to be working on them. Thanks to everyone who left feedback. So there's a lot of comments in here from different people. And that's it for SoftGov, and I'll pass to Edu or Tam for Comunitas.
Yeah, Eduardo's getting his passport renewed right now, so that had to take priority over this. So I'll take it for him today. Comunitas launched our day 0. Hold on, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to share our Discord. We launched our day 0 onboarding experience, the one that MS and Vi demoed last week. Some cool new things. It's just a lot cleaner and a little more organized. The idea is that when people join our Discord, the things that they should look at first are at the top, and the things that might be for more people that are more deep in the TEC sort of end up falling to the bottom of our list. So the list is sort of prioritized based on newcomers' experience. We have this events now. Zeptimus has been taking on adding all of our calendar entries to the events, so you can say what you're interested in and sort of see who else is going to be in those events as well. It also has this like really cool thing now. So now if you jump on our server, you can see a call. You could just click right here to jump into it. You don't no longer have to like look and find out what room people are in. We have a few other things. We have a Twitter feed now as well, so feel free to jump in and start retweeting some of the tweets in our Twitter feed. And I would like to invite everyone to leave some feedback in the feedback channel if you think that there's something that's confusing, it could be done better. Yeah, I think that's most of it. Oh, we also have this guide which Vi demoed last week. So it's really for someone to come and find information about the TEC in a way that they sort of steer themselves. So we have this sort of MVP with just a very few questions, but we will be looking at making it more robust and have more a more of a self-guided experience possible for anyone who's joining. All right, cool. I also want to share that Comunitas's 3-month funding proposal is now live on the forum. So please do go and share your thoughts. Tell us what's wrong with it and how it can be better. Tell us what's right with it and what you like. That would be really cool to get some feedback on that. There's a bunch of stuff where the guide of guides. So Eduardo put together, Eduardo's really been the main guide, the warm presence that welcomes people into the TEC. So making sure that people who ask questions or leave comments are responded to, leading the orientation call, reaching out to people who are new members to invite them for a one-on-one and to send direct messages just to see if they're finding what they need. And he's written this guide to help onboard other people into the guide role. So we are looking for other guides who want to sort of take on that as well. It's really just being like a welcoming presence in the TEC and sort of, being able to make sure we maintain this really warm, personal touch as people enter, and that we help people find groups and other people and skills that match them well. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing the screen, or maybe I'll just share this one because I see that Griff isn't sharing it anymore. Here's Community Stewards. Wait. Okay, where is it? Oh, here it is. So it's a great group of people that meet. There's a bunch of things that we're working on, improvements to the orientation call, continuing the new members experience, and then one-on-one personal outreach to hatchers. There's Aloysius, Durgadas, Eduardo, Gideon, MS, Pythagorean, myself, Caesar, LBS, Vi, and Inese were all there this week and are there pretty regularly. So please come out and hang out with us. We have a weekly call on Mondays at 8 p.m. CET. Orientation is Wednesdays at 6 p.m. CET. And the TEC Lounge is Fridays at 5 p.m. CET. And we look forward to seeing some more of you there. And I'll pass to Shebnem with Omega.
Hello. 1 second. Let me try and share my screen. We had, yes. So the sense-making session from 2 weeks past is still being, the echoes and the discussions are following on. It was really like a typical sense-making session should be. It unearths much deeper values, and that's what's causing also new members to join, like Octopus, who is more active in mathematics. But that type of discussion that we had about what is language, what is a common language, what do we really mean when we actually want to preserve or nurture the diversity of our community. So it's really nice, moving and insightful discussions. Just join the channel and read up and join the discussions. Then yesterday we had a big update on the TE Consilience library, basically jumping this knowledge together and helping people find their footholds into the rabbit hole of cryptoeconomics. And there, a big thank you to Mert, who actually, as one of the first in the group to step up and take leadership of actually pushing the initiative forward. That is super nice, and of course he's being supported by others who are active, like Durgadas and Manu, and of course myself, and hopefully more the Consilience Library is about curation of this different petals, the transdisciplinary knowledge that we have and that we want to make more accessible in token engineering and crypto economics. So next working group call is 1st of December, 8 p.m. CET again. And we now have, that seems to be the theme, right? We now have enough structure, direction definitely. We've synced up and are able to actually host newcomers well into a pretty, well, transdisciplinary group. And now it's about basically getting those initiatives also funded and also have a budget to actually experiment and play around with internal reward systems for the working group Omega. And one thought is to actually have a system that is self-similar also across the initiatives, and just test and experiments with different options. One is the, as people know, my favorite from the invisible economy, actually, how do we help people just contribute what they want, what they feel intrinsically rewarded just by contributing. That is very well suited for not just art, but actually for knowledge sharing. It never gets lesser when you share. On the contrary. So that's an interesting aspect where basically contributions and the usefulness or insightfulness of contributions over the long run are more valued than basically your standing. As a newcomer, you might have a very helpful perspective that really tops maybe the OGs of token engineering community. So that's something about contributions and about incentive mechanisms for self-organization that we want to test. And next week, will be great if Livia and others also from reward system could join. I've been also talking to Jolie from SourceCred, basically really get into what is it that we can play with. So hopefully interested people will join next week, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. CET. It will be about those two different initiatives and incentives to make them self-organized. And with that, I can give it to Tech Lab. Sean?
Thanks, Soul Sister. Over to Griff's stream here. So yeah, can you guys hear me? So I've been having audio issues last few days. So all you devs out there, mathematicians, scientists, engineers, check this stuff out. You're not going to want to miss this. There's lots of cool opportunities happening around the ecosystem to jump in and get your hands dirty and be right in it with professional token engineers on the front lines. So check this stuff out. It's once in a lifetime. It's not going to be forever that we're in the early days of all this. Yeah, one day you'll have to have a PhD to get involved, and right now it's like an open frenzy. So check out some of these opportunities happening. You know what I'm going to say. It's kind of the same stuff every week. There is a new point here, number 2. We have the Reward Systems Conference. Livy pointed this out as well. This is December 10th. Really exciting. It's going to be a whole day event. And tons of incredible speakers signing up for this. New speakers still signing up every day. So you're going to want to check this out. It's going to be the event of the year. So... yeah, that's the new one here. We have an awesome Solidity tutorial series happening in the Tech Labs. That's episode 2 is happening tomorrow, 9 a.m. PST, 6 p.m. Central European time. That's with Metaverde. praise Metaverde for hosting that. It's really awesome. I can't make it because the rewards research systems with the Governauts is happening at the same time, but I've been hearing really good feedback. There's a DAO to DAO models workshop happening in Prime DAO server. This is really, really interesting. We're having new guests jump in every week. There's some rumors that it's going to be sponsored by Gitcoin, so there's a lot of momentum building behind that. Check that. Jump into the Prime DAO server and check that out. Token Spice development workshops happening every Monday, 8 a.m. PST, 5 p.m. European time in the Token Engineering Academy Discord server. And then there are token engineering office hours happening both from Longtail and from Block Science, Tuesdays and Thursdays at Longtail, hosted by the great Dr. P, Octopus. Those are tons of fun. Totally open, only 30 minutes long, so pretty low commitment. And just drop into the LTF server and you'll see those going on. And Block Science office hours with Dr. Z, really fun as well. Thursdays at 9 a.m. PST, 6 p.m. European time. Thanks, everyone, and I think I'll pass over to Chewy for comms.
Thanks, YGG. We've been meeting. Well, we've met ever since on Tuesdays. So if you would like to contribute on comms, please make sure you attend our weekly call. Some of the updates that we've been working on are. We applied to the Discord partnership. Praise to Juanca for taking care of that since he's officially the server owner. So we'll keep you updated about how that goes. We see it as a great opportunity for implementing a lot of the tools that we use in the TEC. And yeah, to be able to have a more direct contact with Discord. And yeah, also get to shield ViViV as our ultimate Discord wizard. So we are having a lot of Params parties and debates, and we are focusing a lot of our communications efforts in promoting these. So make sure you follow us on Twitter and catch up with one of these. It's highly recommended if you haven't attended one yet. We're also doing a lot of creative onboarding. There are a lot of new contributors here, which makes us super happy and really excited. So if you want to contribute to communications, ping us after orientation. The orientation call is on Wednesdays, and we are currently looking for project managers, graphic designers, social media managers, animators, and shout out to Durgaras for bringing up that we also need a lot of copywriters. That would take us, that would take a lot of weight off our shoulders. So yeah, we wish, we hope that you can take a step in and start contributing to the TEC. We're putting together teams, which are the token engineering amplifying messengers. We're going to have bounties coming soon. And right now, we are working in building like different units that can provide communication services to other token engineering related projects. So yeah, we need a lot of help. We hope to hear from you soon. And yeah, thanks everyone. I'll pass it to Septi in transparency.
Thanks, Chuy. Yeah, on transparency, we meet like every 2 weeks on Monday, 5 p.m. CT. And yeah, this week, like we were working on the decision taking. We just updated that document that Libby started working on. I mean, right now in transparency, we still like there is a lot of job going to come like after the upgrade. And yeah, the call to action here, like if anyone is interested in the monitoring part, yeah, you should join transparency and yeah, help us to build the audit. Like we're still designing it. Like there's on the forum post, but me and Ivy still like once in a week, like we are talking and how to updating it. Nate joined us, so I think this is going to be very nice. And yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. We're also working on the proposal to the forum, but yeah, this is it for transparency. I'll pass it to legal, and I want to add one thing on legal also. Like, yeah, in legal working group, this is the intention of start to work on some documents on the forum. Yeah, right now Ivy is reviewing one document, so we can post it. But yeah, just that. And I let you to introduce legal, Griff.
Yeah, and I guess that means we should also say, hey, guess who's the new legal working group steward? Ivy is taking it on. However, she is definitely asleep during this call. So I'll support her in just saying, hey, we need, welcome to the party, Ivy. Glad to have you, of course. And we're all lucky to have you leading the ship. And we need legal expertise. We were working with Sean, who is great, but now he's helping other people. He's way too busy for us anymore. So it's always nice to have a lawyer in our back pocket. So if you know any legal advisors that would like to hang out in the TEC and be on the forefront of advancing token engineering, send them our way. And we meet every other Friday, and I believe we're meeting tomorrow, actually. So if you want to come to a fun legal call with Ivy, we check it out tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Actually, yeah, that I'm not sure. Anyway, check the calendar for that time. And I'll pass it to myself for params because we are basically done with the parameters. We're actually still working on the dashboard actively, but we're going to simplify the augmented bonding curve piece so that take away some of the fluff so it's very easy and simple like the conviction voting feature is. But yeah, the param parties are in full swing, and we are actively curating on token log. So if you have a serious proposal that is worth being considered, make sure to put one TEC behind it. You lose that vote, and we are extending the deadline, so you don't want to vote too much. But it is a good idea that if you have a serious proposal that you think others might be able to learn from, let's start actually kicking them up to the top so that it's more interesting for people. And let's see what else. Oh yes, don't forget to check out the Param Party calendar. There's lots of events, not just in this Discord, but in all the Discords. There's parties where you get to learn more about what how the dashboard works, and there's debates. The debates are really fun. Each time there's a few proposals being presented. 5 minutes to debate, 5 minutes to pitch the proposal, 5 minutes to debate. And if you're interested in hosting a debate, that you're more than welcome to. Feel free to DM me, and we can set a time up. And it's really fun. And yeah, and that's our show. I think it's worth repeating, since there's a few new people who came in, that we are going to extend the deadline to create parameters for a couple weeks. So we'll have at least until mid-December. So that's great news. You can keep creating parameters, and you have a little bit more time to work on your parameter sets. And yeah, and I guess happy Thanksgiving if for all the Americans who are out there. But it's always great to be grateful for something. And since we have a little bit of time, let's just say one. Oh yeah, Tam?
I actually have a question. I have a question about the snapshot vote. And maybe can we run through what any counsel on how to vote? Do you want to vote for 1 or 2 or 3? And can we just give a brief description on that?
Sure. So this is ranked. Thanks, Tam. That's a great idea. This is ranked choice voting. So you actually get to rank your votes. I made a really quick Excel spreadsheet that I put in the forum. So it's a little bit easier to rank in an Excel where you can move the names up and down. So if you want to go to the forum post, you can actually see the let me see if I can find the spreadsheet. I think I closed it, unfortunately. But you just figure out what order you want to rank your multi-sig holders in, and then make that order on Snapshot. So yeah, it's pretty. I don't think it's so hard. Who's saying?
So we should vote for all 10 in an order. That's how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you vote for less than 10?
Yeah, if you don't want, so the way the ranked choice voting works is that 100% of your votes go to your top choice. So if if any of them that you would like disagree with, and you're like, no, I really don't want, Griff on a multi-sig. Like I'm not voting for any multi-sig that has Griff on it. Well, then you don't have to put it. You just put the one. You can just put the one that doesn't have me. I think there's only one that doesn't have me on there. So you'll have to just vote for just that one and not add any of the others. And then your vote basically wouldn't be counted if that wasn't the one that was picked. But let's say you had 3 of them. If the top choice is your top choice is removed because it's not one of the top choices that it has basically the way ranked choice voting works is that the top everyone gets to rank their put the list in their order, in favorite order, and then really quickly at the end of the vote, the choices with the fewest first place votes are removed until you get to one choice that has 50% of the first place votes. So if your top choice is removed, then 100% of your votes goes to your second choice. And that's why you just want to order your choices. Did that rant make any sense? I'm not sure.
Can we say something we're grateful for?
Yeah.
Are we going to do that? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm grateful for all the elements, the sort of periodic table of elements, like all the copper wires and the silicon chips that we're using to connect with each other right now, and all the minerals in the soil that grows all the food that we eat. I'm grateful for all that stuff. So I'll pass it over to Juanca.
Thanks, YUG. Yeah, I am thankful for you guys. You are amazing and you make my everyday amazing. I will pass to Solcista. Septi?
Yes.
Go ahead, sister.
Oh, okay. So many people to be thankful for, and I keep writing it all the time. But as always, I think I want to praise really the newcomers and the people who act different areas, maybe initially out of their comfort zone, and then just by going out of their comfort zone and still contributing value, they make magic happen. I praise Matt, as I mentioned, praise to Octopus. He's been really amazing. Yeah,
I'm sorry. This is.
I'm over.
It's a praise. It's not a praise. It's more like gratitude. But it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, I'm just grateful. Thank you. Thanks a lot, and I give it to Septimus. Was it you?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm grateful for the thing that what we're building, and we're changing society in some way. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that. I'll pass it to Chuy.
Thank you, Septi. I can't be grateful enough for this community and everyone that I've had the chance to meet here and also in real life. It's just like I can't express how thankful I am for this. So I love you all, and I'll pass it to Durgaras.
Yeah, I'll echo what a lot of people have been saying. It's not very often that I find a community that allows for me as naturally as you guys all do. And I'll just say, from a person on the spectrum, that where you face, every minute of every day, and every person that you're encountering seems to have some kind of level of issue with you at some level. I just get almost, even the flicker of that just doesn't exist here for me. And so I mostly grateful for the fact that that's true. And it's almost impossible for me to express how meaningful that is. So I don't know who's gone, and I'm too emotional to pass it to anyone. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm grateful for hot springs. Tam, what are you grateful for?
I think about like how many millions of years there have been some form of humans on this planet, and we all just managed to be here at exactly the same tiny blip on that time scale, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for so many things. But I'll pass to Angie Berry.
I'm grateful for my family, my health, because I have food and a place to sleep in. I'm also very grateful to be here and getting to meet all of you. Thank you for making me feel welcome and helping me get out of my comfort zone.
Okay, well, we are at the top of the hour, and I know there are a lot of people that could stay on and be gratitude, but I think we should all be grateful for the hour that we spent together. And thank you all for coming. Happy Thanksgiving for those who are celebrating, and thank you all for enjoying a great community call with